Take two.
So I volunteered to take Bill and Peter and David up to the Haleakala so that they could ride their bikes down Haleakala and then all the way back to Lahaina for Ben's 77th birthday. Yep. And I volunteered to do this because otherwise they can't go. And we get just past the gas station and I notice that there's not but like 42 miles of gas on the car. And we're heading up the mountain. So I'm like, I'm going to run out of gas. And David, Peter, they all say, you'll be fine. Once you get up there, it starts going back up as you start coming down the mountain. And I'm like, I don't know. So we get to the summit, and I've got 32 miles of gas, and it's 36 miles to Kahului. And I'm like, no problem. No problem. Not a problem. Once you start going down, that number's going to start going up. So they get out of the car, and I start the car, and I turn the corner in the parking lot at the summit, and the run flat tire alarm goes off. Oh, shit. Left run flat tire is activated. Please seek assistance. There's a 50-mile limit on the tire. You know, it's like flashing all these words.
Well, you got 32 miles.
And I'm like, I've got 32 miles of gas, 50 miles of tires.
It's a cluster.
It sounds like a homeless car.
And I'm going,
what kind of car is this?
and I'm going downhill.
Expensive BMW.
Well, I think run flat tires are an expensive car.
It's just a warm-up.
It's
Yeah.
a convertible BMW.
And now you're by yourself.
Yeah.
The men have left you.
The men have left.
They're still at the summit, and I'm going down. So it says I have 50 miles. So I'm like, well, it's 37 miles to Kahului. I'm okay. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go down to Kahului and get the tire changed. And I don't even tell David because this is Ben's birthday. It's a big deal, and David's excited about going, and I don't want to mess up his trip. And so I just start heading down the mountain, and I don't get very far, and I start smelling burning rubber.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, I think maybe I should pull over. So I hadn't gone but like 3 miles maybe, and I'm at turns out it's the visitor center, but I thought it was the ranger station. So I pull over at the ranger station, and I go out there, and I touch the tire, and it's hot. It's really hot. So I'm like, well, I think I should call David. So I call David, and he doesn't answer. So then I call Bill, who's driving the van, following him behind him.
Chase car.
So I call Bill and say, the run flat tire thing went off, and I'm at the ranger station. The tire's really hot. I'm not really sure what to do. So when y'all come down here, I want you to stop and have David tell me what to do. So they finally find me.
No. She called us. We were standing across the street.
You were standing across the street because we caught up
We
with
talked
her.
to her, and I told her, there's
We
not
were
much
like
we can do.
coming
We hung
down.
up and like, could that be her right there?
And I said, that's David's BMW. Why is this car there?
It's like two different.
So they
stories
come
there.
up. They all come over, and they're all looking at the tire, and they're all going, "It's just fine. It's fine. Just go on
Yeah, it'll be
down.
fine. It's a
You'll
run
be
flat.
fine. It's a run flat tire. You'll be fine."
You got 50 miles.
Yeah.
Well, 47 now.
So they take off. And I still have no gas.
Yeah.
So they take
So
off.
the chase car is now ahead of you.
Yes, chase
Yeah.
car's ahead of me.
Yeah, no. We met her. Everything looked fine.
The car wouldn't fit in anyway.
According to the guys.
We talked to the guys, and she thought, okay, this might still be
So,
okay.
well, by the time they got there, the tire had cooled down, so it was no longer, too hot to
Why
touch.
was the tire hot?
Well, because
All the
Because
turns.
it has
All the turns.
No air in it.
pressure. So it goes like this, right?
And all those turns just exacerbate the problem.
So I'm going.
Okay.
Y'all need to
It's
remember,
really
I'm at
down.
the
It's just
summit
more
of
miles to go.
Haleakala. Do y'all know what the roads?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at
Oh,
the
yeah.
summit with the
We know very well.
run flat tire on. Okay,
Wouldn't hold it.
so I'm doing all these turns
You put
down,
that
and
right
and the tire gets cold, so it's not smelling anymore. So I start again, and I go down, and some guy starts honking and says your tire, and I'm like, ah. I know. Thank you. Your tire's smoking, but that's okay.
I'm fine.
And it's then I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll roll down the back window so that I can hear and smell it. And sure enough, I don't get very far, and I got to pull over again. And it's like some really wealthy person's house because they have like camera. It may have been Oprah's house for all I know. They got cameras and all kinds of stuff pointed at, and I'm just sitting in the parking lot waiting for the tire to cool down, and it yeah. So I do this again, and fortunately the night before I had downloaded a book to Kindle. So I'm just kind of like sitting in the car reading my book and listening to podcasts, and my phone's like discharging. And then
She doesn't think maybe I'll need this sucker later.
and then I
She need that sucker later.
yeah.
Plug it into the car.
So I start again, and I don't get but maybe another mile past the rich person's house, and I'm in like a pineapple field, and there's no side shoulder or anything, but the sound changes. It goes from kerthump to thump, 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 and I'm like, okay. So I pull over, and
Can you do that again?
and the tire is just shredded.
Oh,
There's
Jesus.
like
Has it gone down the axle?
left. Y'all think this is funny, but
We think you're funny.
Oh, Jesus.
And I assume David is in you.
Do you guys have AAA? Could you call for help?
so I call Bill. No, I called David like 10 times. David never answers the phone. So I called Bill.
That's kind of busy.
I was
In the rain. On Kirby Road.
I call Bill. Yeah, right. So I call Bill. He answers every time. He answers the phone.
Why you waste your time on me?
Bill is a good guy.
So I called Bill,
Bill's a
and
good guy.
and Bill said, I said, "Where are you, Bill?" And he said, "We're in Alawalu." And he said, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm still on Haleakala Highway. I'm 17 miles from Kahului." And he said, "Oh my."
You got a problem, man.
And I said, "I guess I'm calling a tow truck." And so I call a tow truck, and the tow truck driver says, "Well, I need your location." And I'm like, "Okay, I can do that." And I look at my phone, and I have 3%.
Podcast.
It's a cluster, man.
I have 3% on my phone.
Kindle book.
And then, yeah. And then I try to find my location. I can't figure it. So I send him my location, and he doesn't respond. So 3 minutes later, I call him and I said, I have 3%. Did you get I haven't gotten it. And okay. So I take a picture. I pull up Google Maps and it shows where I am. And so I do a screenshot and I send him the screenshot and it says delivered and my phone goes dead.
Oh shit!
You don't have a charger in the car.
So yeah, I got a charger in the car. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I gotta turn the car on to charge the car. And I turned the car on and I got 16 miles of gas.
So yeah.
But you have a tow truck coming. You don't need
You
gas.
need it because you got a tire with no rubber.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere anyway.
So I plugged the phone in and it takes, it's an old phone. So it takes like 5 minutes for it to fire back up. So it fires back up. I call him back and I said, did you get it? And he said, yep, I'm on my way, 20 minutes. I'll be there in 20 minutes. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just, if he's going to be here in 20 minutes, it's a tow truck. I don't need gas, right?
Well, you think, but you do. But, okay.
Wait
Wait for it.
Oh, this is just a warm up.
So I'm charging my phone while I'm reading my
Can
book.
we make a child story out of this? Because it's...
I'm charging my phone while I'm reading my book while I'm waiting on the tow truck driver. And
Those are good.
and then he calls me and says, you should really find out where we need to take it. Oh, yeah. Good idea. So then I start with okay. So I call the BMW dealership. Oh no, we don't stock tires. We just sell cars. We don't stock tires. We just put them on once you order them, but it takes 2 weeks. So then I said, well then, okay, well, who should I call? Well, call Costco. Oh no, we don't carry tires for those kind of cars. You should call this place. So I call the next place, and then the next place, and then the next place. And they tell me to call the Mazda dealership, and they tell me to call. And finally somebody says, you should call Walmart. So I call Walmart. Yeah, we got tires that'll fit that car. They're not run flat, but we got tires that'll fit that car. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'm on my way.
In a tow truck.
In a tow truck. So about
Down the mountain.
5 minutes later, the tow truck, and I said, I called Walmart. They're expecting me. They have the tire. It's good. We'll go to Walmart. So I get to Walmart. No, I forgot about the tow truck driver. So I get hit the tow truck. There's no shoulder, and I've been like strapped in the car in case somebody rear ends me or something, because I don't want to go through the windshield or anything. So I've been strapped in the car because these people are rolling down Haleakala at 100 miles an hour.
That's just Peter.
So the tow truck driver gets in, and these cars are like whizzing by, and I said, I'm getting in your truck. I'm nervous out here on the road. I'm getting in your truck. So I get in the truck, and he does all his stuff, and he finally gets in the truck, and he said, you got in that truck like you know what you're doing. And I said, I'm from Texas. He said, oh yeah. So
you bonded.
Yeah. So we start heading down the mountain. He said, it's really hard to come down the mountain with a car behind you. It's hard to keep control of the truck. And I said, well, I hope you do. And then we start talking, and at some point he tells me, yeah, I really turned my life around.
Did he find Jesus?
I stopped doing drugs, and I stopped. I thought the only way to get ahead in life was to sell drugs, and I stopped doing that. And now I'm got this truck, and I want to get a new truck, and I'm like, yeah, I hope you get a new truck, and what is get me to Walmart. So he drops me off. He really, actually, was a really nice guy. He drops the car off at Walmart. I talked to the guys at Walmart. They're telling me it's going to be 5 hours, and I'm going to miss Ben's birthday party, and I don't want to miss Ben's birthday party. So I asked the tow truck driver if he'll take me to the airport where I can rent a car. So he says, sure, no problem, I'll take you there. So we get back in the tow truck, and I'm on Costco Automotive.
Your car's still attached to the truck?
No, he dropped it.
Walmart.
It's going to be 5 hours.
Next day.
And I notice I have 7%
So it grew.
on my phone. I got 7% juice on my phone. But I got to rent this car. So I'm on Costco rental car, and I rent a car at budget. I rent a car at budget, and he drops me off, and I start walking to the rental car center, and I get right in front of the rental car center, and I realize that my driver's license expired 11 days ago on my birthday.
Oh my God.
You can't make this shit up.
Oh
You know what?
God.
This is just the beginning.
We're not even there
You're
yet.
not even there yet.
You're not even close.
God.
So
Okay, so.
All right.
For
Oh
somebody's
my
birthday.
God.
All right.
So I sit down. We started at 6 a.m. It is now 3 o'clock. And I haven't eaten.
Oh, yeah.
So she calls to me to tell me that. she
And
hasn't
I'm
eaten.
just, and I haven't eaten. I've had a flat tire. I've had a drug dealing tow truck driver. I've had
No gas.
no gas. I've got 7% on my phone
And you have an expired.
and an expired driver's license, and I'm just at my wit's end.
Do you call Uber?
So I call Bill.
Bill answers his phone. Every time.
And Bill is where?
And Bill's like
Bill is
past
okay.
Alawalu.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
almost
At
there.
that stop where we stopped.
Yeah,
We stopped. I looked at
we're
I looked
on
at Bill and
the
said,
At the
bypass. We're
memorial.
on the
You're at the
bypass.
memorial.
where the
bypass.
hiking place is.
And I
Past
and
the tunnel.
Oh.
and I just
And I looked
said,
at Bill and said, she wants me to call her,
Trail.
right?
just
trail.
tell
The
just
trail.
tell David to call me. And I sit there at the rental car place. I didn't even try to rent the car. I mean, there was no point. And I just sit there at the rental car place and just said, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I don't want to live anymore.
So David calls.
Well, here's what happens. Bill said he said at the stop where we're supposed to have a stop, and I pull right in. And I say, "Look, tell him she wants me to call her." He just said, "Yep." So I called you right up. I knew you'd already called him by then.
So I said, they say it's going to be 5 hours at Walmart. So I went to the airport, and my driver's license expired. I can't
And I'm
remember.
hungry.
And I'm starving. And so I'm going back to Walmart, and I'm going to eat whatever I can find at Walmart. And they said earlier that they would have the car done before they closed tonight. So
And they
I'm
close it. You
just
said they close at 9:30. Is what you
they
told
close
me.
at 9:30, and I'm gonna just wait on the car because I can't rent a car. So I go back. So
How do you get back over? Is your church
So I-
guy still there? Uber.
So I've got
Uber, take
now
me back to Lahaina?
7% has now turned to 3%,
Jesus.
and
So-
I don't have the app installed.
Oh, no.
Uber app?
Oh my God.
So I have to install the app.
Halfway into this
And that took up 2.5%.
We haven't seen the.
I have to attach my credit card,
We're not even close. We're not even close.
and
We're
then
close,
and
yeah.
then I
Get
can call. I have to install the app.
Yep.
I have to attach my
Yep.
credit card.
Yep.
Then I can call an Uber.
Yep.
It's going to be 7 minutes. I'm down to 2%.
You didn't think about buying a charger at Walmart and like the homeless and
She's
plug
at
it
the
in.
airport.
I'm at the airport. I start.
in her car.
So
My
in the
charger-
airport, they sell that
My
charger.
charger.
Rental car center.
You can walk to the. It's like 2
My
minutes.
charger is in my purse. There's nowhere to charge it.
Anyway, so that's the situation.
So I'm down to 2%. I called the Uber and I go to where it says, and I'm watching my phone going,
Oh,
please
no.
God, please God, please God. The dude pulls up and I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I get in the car and my phone goes blank.
Wow.
Whoa. And I'm like, well, thank you, Jesus. I'm going to Walmart. We're going to Walmart.
It ain't over yet.
Did I mention she's from Arkansas?
Oh,
Just saying.
all right. So Jesus got you to Walmart,
Jesus
and
gets me to Walmart. So I go to Walmart and the only meal at Walmart is in a pocket McDonald's, which I can't remember. Well, when I was on Weight Watchers, they had a really good Southwest salad. So since they discontinued salads, I have not been to McDonald's to eat.
But you have now.
But I did that day. I got a small cheeseburger and fries and a large Coke.
Good for you.
And I sat there in this two-seater at McDonald's in Walmart and ate my
Delicious meal.
3:30 in the afternoon first meal of the day. I was starving.
Probably tasted pretty good too.
Oh, I was just starving. So ate my lunch and I'm looking at my phone going, I gotta talk to people. If they haven't started my car, I will go back. I still have 16 miles of gas. If I can get down to 4 miles of gas, I can still get to Costco and fill the car up.
Oh, you want to start your car?
So I'm gonna.
But you on
So-
the old tires?
No, just to charge the car.
Just
the phone.
if they haven't started the car yet, then I can just go and ask them if I can just sit in
Run
the
the
car
car and
and
charge
charge my phone.
Oh.
Charge my phone. So I get over there and I'm at the auto desk.
This is when it goes downhill.
I'm at the auto desk.
Hasn't been downhill yet.
It's not
Really?
good
It's
to
been
hear.
downhill since the summit.
That's what I.
Everything has been downhill. So I get there and I walk past the counter to get to the guy and the guy at the counter says, "Are you Autumn?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "We've been trying to call you." I said, "My phone's dead."
They're probably going, oh my God, this lady.
And
What's
he
next?
says, "We can't get the tire off your rim." And I look at him like,
Like, what am I supposed to
"What
do
are you
with that?
talking about? It's flat.
It's ripped up for you.
We don't have the tool to get your tire off the rim."
Huh?
I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well, cut it off." And he says, "There's still belts. We can't just cut it off. We can't get your tire off." And I said, "Well, what are you going to do?" And he said, "We're not going to do anything." Okay. And I said, "So you have the tire, but you don't have the tool to take it off to put the new tire on? And he said, yes. And I said, so if you could get it off, could you put the new tire on? Yes. Okay. Okay. Hang on a minute. So I need to go to my car and start my phone. Can I just go to my car and charge the phone? He said, sure. So I get in the car. I charge it. Wait 5 minutes for it to turn back on.
This is so sad. It's just like,
And I call BMW. I'm like, I'm at Walmart. They have the tire that you don't have. And please, in the back of my mind going, BMW dealership doesn't have 2 tires to go to their car. They don't have a tire in stock that goes with this car. That doesn't make sense to me. Please, BMW, make me understand this. But they don't. They don't have the tire, but they have
The tool?
do you have the tool to take this tire off the rim? Because Walmart can't take it off, but they have the tire. So I have a tire and a tire that's broken on a rim. Can you take the tire off the rim? And then I'll bring the rim back to Walmart and they can put the tire on. And the guy says, yeah, we can do that. And I said, great. Can you pick me up? No.
and they want the tire on. Right?
So
So now your car doesn't have the best part coming up.
This is real. This is not made up.
So I'm like, okay, I'll just call Uber again. I got the Uber app now. I'm like in the 21st century. I got an Uber app.
How much power do you have in the phone?
So I can just call Uber, and then I start thinking about that driver that just picked me up, and I'm like, yeah, there ain't no way in hell he's gonna put that nasty old tire in his car. Ain't no way in hell he's taking me anywhere. So how am I gonna get that nasty old beat up, that
Ripped up.
torn
car
up tire?
They couldn't have the rim.
And the new tire. No, the guy at BMW did say, don't bring the new tire too. We'll put it on. We'll balance it. Bring it back, and they'll put it back on your car. So I mean, they did do that. So I'm okay. How am I going to get this nasty old tire in the rim and the new tire to BMW
Without an Uber.
without an Uber? I'm getting me a cart.
Oh, that's where the car came from.
Cart. That's the cart picture.
Oh my God.
In the rain.
Did you steal them from Safeway?
So I'm at Walmart.
She brought it
Oh my
back.
God.
So I go find a cart in the parking lot, and I bring it back,
Auto department.
and I grab the supervisor of the auto, and I said, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to take that tire off my car, and you're gonna put it in the cart, and I'm gonna buy the new tire, and you're gonna put that in the cart, and then I'm gonna take it to BMW. And he
Okay,
said,
so where is BMW in
Fort
Haleakala?
Lost. It's
Yeah.
a mile away. It's those lost
Okay,
Sorry.
and he says, yes, ma'am. And then he said, you know it's raining.
It was Thursday, right?
Friday.
Pissing rain. Okay, Friday. Yeah.
Give her a ride.
And I said, I don't have another answer. And he said, yes, ma'am. So he takes the tire off the car and he puts it in the cart, and I go pay for the new tire, and he puts it in the cart, and I start.
And you stop and take a
And they let
picture.
her do that. Can you imagine?
I start
It's like,
struggling to get the. I got to get it over like 2 big curbs and grass, and I finally get on the sidewalk, and I'm like, I need a picture of this.
Yeah. Because
So
that's so much battery.
I had charged it the whole time
So you had
this
battery
was
in
going
there.
on.
Okay.
So at this point, I got like 36%.
Wow.
So I'm golden now. So I take this picture, this selfie, and I send it to David. I get 0 response.
We're still
Still
pedaling.
and running out of battery.
That's right. Another one. That's a different story.
Yeah, it's a whole different story. So I push this cart full of tires up the hill to the BMW dealership,
Through the snow.
and I pull it into the service. Pull this cart into the service bay at this pristine service bay at BMW, and I'm literally soaking wet, just sopping wet.
You probably look like a homeless person.
Sopping wet.
Do you think?
And the service guy comes out and he says, "Are you Mrs. Brown?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, let me help you here." So he takes the cart and off he goes. And as he's leaving, I said, "If they got any dry shop towels back there, I could use one." So he comes back with 3 shop towels, and I go in the ladies' room, and they have one of those hand dryers, and I'm like sticking my head in the hand dryer,
She took a homeless shower.
and I'm trying to dry. I mean, it's freaking cold in that dealership. So I'm trying to dry off, and he finally comes back, and I said, so they told me 3 times that they close at 5:30, and he said, "Well, so do we." So I'm like, "Well, I got to be back there." I get at this point it's like 10 minutes to 4. They close at 5:30. 10 minutes to 4. Can we go ahead and check out? It takes 16 minutes to walk from BMW to Walmart. So, and I did it in 12. I did it in 12 the first time. So can we go ahead and check out so that
She ran on Google Maps and said 16. She's like, I can beat that.
Of course.
so can we go ahead and check out so that when it's ready I can just like
Motor over.
head back, because I'm really kind of they're pretty lackadaisical at Walmart, and I'm kind of worried if I don't get there.
They won't do it.
They won't do it. They'll just blow
Well,
me
that's
off.
right, because they have to actually do the work
Put it back.
before.
They still have to install.
That's right. You
Yes.
don't have to get there by 5:30.
So he checks me out, and I'm sitting there and I'm twiddling my thumbs, and it's like 4:10, and then it's 4:15, and it's 4:20, and I'm like, at 4:25 I'm going out there. Going out there and trying to figure out what the heck's going on. And I mean, they were. So the next thing I know, it's like 4:24, and 1 minute I'm going after this man. 1 minute I gotta go because it's been 35 minutes and I gotta go. And the guy that helped me pulls up in a truck, and he comes in and he says, I put the tires in the cart in the truck. I'm going to take you back.
Oh, finally, somebody did something for you.
Yeah. Finally.
Oh my God, that's like,
What'd you think?
Yes. So he takes me back to the BMW to Walmart.
Walmart.
In the
Yeah.
and he
put the cart.
He put the cart back in the cart carrier thing. That was nice. So anyway, he puts the tire down, and the young man that was helping me comes back over, and he says, "You get things done, don't you?"
Okay, so
It's not even
Yeah.
over
What
yet.
happens
It's
next?
not the end.
no, I don't think it is.
This is not even
Oh Jesus. Okay, all right.
So he gets his little zit zit machine. Zit 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 zit. He puts the tire on in like 3 minutes, and I said, "Would it be okay if I hugged you?" And he said, "Not really." And I said, "Would it be okay anyway?" And he said, "Oh, sure." I hug him.
All right.
I hug him, and I get in the car, and
Okay,
I'm like,
so is it back up? You get in the car. You have 16 miles of gas.
I have
left,
16
right?
miles of gas.
She forgot about that. She forgot about
I
that.
have
I wanna make
16.
sure that we have to
I have
forget about
16 miles. No. So I get in the car and I'm texting David. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. And then I get in the car and I get to the light and I went,
Oh, shit.
oops. I got to get gas. So I turn around and go to Costco and I get gas and there's no issue with the gas. I put my card in and they give me the gas. So car's full of gas. I'm on my way back.
2 tires, so she thinks.
I got my podcast going, and I'm just like, I'm even gonna make cake at Ben's party if I just keep on track. I can even make cake at Ben's party. And I'm driving along, and I'm listening to my podcast, and I get to the bypass, and I have a auto thing that I do. When I get to the bypass, I push a button and it says, at the bypass, send to David. And 2 minutes later, the right run flat tire alarm goes off.
What the hell?
Another one.
Another busted tire.
But you could then get back because you were on the
Close
bypass
enough, she
close
made it.
enough to make that.
I called David and said the right run flat tire went off. I'm going home.
Yeah.
But at that point, she was still on her way to Ben's party.
Yeah, no
Oh.
cake for you.
No cake for me. So the end result, well, I guess that's not the end of the story.
Well, so she takes it home, and so I run over and borrow Peter's compressor. We're going to see if it'll hold air.
The
If it'll-
next day.
If it'll hold air, then we can drive it back to Carlo and get it fixed. Well, I put air in it. I can immediately hear and smell air coming out of the tire. It wouldn't hold any air at all. So I get back behind it, look down the ground. I can see the steel belts.
Don't you guys have a spare tire?
It doesn't
No,
have
you
a spark.
don't. Run flats don't
Run
have
flats
spare
don't
tires.
have spares.
We just we have a Lexus in California and we had a blowout in our run flat.
Well, don't
And
count
then-
on 50 miles. I'm just telling you that.
Well, we were close,
okay.
and then we just put all 4 new tires on it. They weren't run flat tires, but we don't have a spare.
Good.
So we just got 4 regular tires because a run flat tire was $500.
They're very
for a tire.
expensive. Yeah.
And
What
we
is a
could get
run
You have to wait
it's
on
those
it.
really thin,
Supposedly-
like on
Low
higher end
profile.
cars, the low profile tires, where there's only like this much rubber showing, and then you've got the rim. So they're not big beefy tires; they're just really thin ones, and so you can go on them.
Supposedly they'll run 50 miles once they're flat, but they don't always.
Well, ours was starting to wrap
Mine
around
did
the
not.
axle. Yeah,
Mine did not.
Yeah,
So what
yeah.
a
So it's
story.
bad.
But
yeah.
no, that's not
What
the
a
end.
story.
That's
Okay,
not
okay,
really
I'm
the
sorry.
end
I
of the
didn't mean to
story.
interrupt.
There's more?
Yep.
So we have a second flat, and David and I, between the two of us, figure out it's the damn guy in Kahului that stored the car, just faked the inspection.
We just had it inspected in December.
I mean, there's only like 4 inches of clearance at the back of the car. We never saw
we
it.
don't see tread.
We don't see tread because you got to get under the
So I
car
checked
to
the
see
front
the
tires so I can
tread.
see them, and they're like brand new.
Anyway,
All installed the same day.
so we got a second flat tire, and there's no way this car's getting back to Kahului to get a flat fixed, and half of Lahaina burned. So there's
Oh,
no.
this was after the fire.
Yeah.
This was
This was last week.
Oh, 2 days ago. No, a week ago.
A week
Week
ago.
ago.
Oh,
Now
wow.
it's a week ago.
And so
Ben's
we're
birthday on
like,
15, March 15th.
so I'm like, we need to get another tire just like the tire I just installed. We need to get another one of those, put it on the back, and then we need to sell the GD car.
Oh, the language you use.
Yes.
I would have been more colorful.
We need to get the tire and from somebody. We need to ask our friends.
Anyway.
You need to send a note. You need to
Oh,
send a
help.
text to your friends. And if anybody's going to call Louie, we need to get them to pick us up a tire because it's not going to make it to. It's not going to make it to call Louie. We might be able to
Maybe
find
we'll have
somebody here that can put it on. So David sends the text to all his friends, and Ben is going to call Louie. I think he made us.
I'm not sure about that yet.
I think he just went because of us. But he went and picked up our tire, gave it to us on Saturday, and then on Monday morning, I called Tire Warehouse over by Maui Prime, Maui Prime, over by Maui Prime, and they put the tire on, and
They had the tool to cut the tire off at Walmart.
it was
No,
This
It-
tire,
this tire wasn't-
destroyed.
this tire wasn't all.
it's a different.
So that was
It was
showing-
still in run flat mode.
Yeah.
Hadn't
So
been-
I was able to drive it there, but oh my
first tire
God.
failed.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was driving like,
Please.
please God. It was like sick. It was like
And I was
6
watching
miles.
on Fine Miles. Please, 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 please.
Please get her there. I got, and they were really nice. Tire Warehouse over across from Mary Prime did a good job. But that is the end
Oh my God.
of the
So do you still have the
story.
car?
What a story!
We still have the car right at this moment.